up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Danielle Marie, aka Yelly. Welcome back to my channel in January 2023. I'm so blessed to have made it to another year. It's good to see you. And so you probably already have seen a video like this before if you've been subscribed to me for over a year, because I did a video similar to what I'm about to do back in, I think, like the very end of 2021 or either the very beginning of 2022, where I had made a vision board and I went over what my vision board had on it and like what it represents and symbolizes and all of that good stuff. So I made another vision board for 2023 because, y'all, the vision board I made for 2022, I made it at the very end of 2021, and it was my first time making a vision board. I had never made a vision board before, and I have to say, y'all, I think pretty much everything I put on that vision board happened in 2022. Now, I'm not gonna say it's because I made the vision board. Obviously, I had to like contribute to how the outcome was by just actions I made throughout the year. But looking back on it, it was just so crazy to see like, wow, everything I put on my vision board, like of what I wanted 2022 to be and things I wanted to happen, like they happened mostly. So just like that video, I'm going to show you guys my vision board, and I'm going to explain to you all basically what's on mine, what everything represents, what I'm trying to put out into the universe for what I want to happen in 2023. And I want you guys to think about your own vision board. If you haven't made one for 2023, it's not too late. We're only like 2 weeks into January. Like, you have time. And even if you decide to make one halfway through the year, that's fine. The way I made my vision board, I use Canva, and I also use Pinterest to find like the pictures that I wanted to put on my vision board. So if you would like to listen to me talk and show you guys my vision board and also make one while I'm talking, you should do that. Grab your laptop, grab your iPad, grab your phone. You know, you can do it on any of those devices. Download Canva, download Pinterest, and make your own vision board while I'm talking. Okay, you guys, so if we start at the very bottom left corner, the first picture that you see is this money savings jar, and somebody's putting some money in it. I feel like that image is pretty self-explanatory. Obviously, I want to save money. I have different things in my mind or that I've written down that are important to me to save money for, and so that picture represents that. It represents being able to budget efficiently. It represents just bringing in more income. So it's like a multi-meaning picture. It's saving, it's budgeting, it's bringing in more money, increasing my funds, you know, and just representing me being able to financially meet certain goals that I have. Okay, so the next picture, we're gonna move up. So the next picture says prioritize your peace. So one of the things I worked on a lot last year was trying not to let things affect me as much as I used to. Like, I'm a very sensitive person. I may not come off that way to people because I don't like cry in front of people really. People don't usually see me like out of character or anything like that, so it might not seem like it, but I am a pretty sensitive person, but to the sense that like I'll more so eternalize the sensitivity. And so I'm trying to prioritize my peace and not let things get to me, not take things too personal. Like, if somebody is acting a certain way, it's like, you're not acting that way towards me, you're dealing with something you need to deal with, so I'm gonna try not to take that personal. Yeah, that's pretty much that. Just prioritize your peace. And so that's what I want to continue doing this year, is to like just come into things and not be bothered, you know what I'm saying? Or don't let things even get to the point that it's gonna bother me. So yeah, the next picture up, you're probably looking at this and like, girl, are you trying to get married this year? No, I'm not trying to get married this year, but I mean, if it happens, it happens. This does not represent me getting married, you guys. I am single as a Pringle, no prospects in sight. And it's not sad, you guys. It is okay to be single, because I'm working on myself. I've been trying to work on myself for the last like 7 months, okay, after my last situation. So it is okay. This to me is to represent a healthy relationship. It's to represent that yes, I would like to be in a relationship, and I'm just gonna allow one to come. I'm not gonna be trying to like make something happen with somebody, especially if that person is not trying to make it happen either, which is something I used to like do. Meaning I would be talking to somebody and I want to be in the relationship, and then like I want them to want to be in the relationship, and maybe they're not at that stage, like they're not ready to be in the relationship and I'm ready to be in the relationship, and I would like wait around like maybe they're gonna get ready. It's like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna go to who wants me as long as I want them to. So let's not get it twisted. I'm gonna go to who wants me and I want them as well, not one-sided. So I'm gonna go to the person I want and they want me, and they're showing it to me, they're proving it to me. I'm not having to like hint at anything. I'm not having to beg for like bare minimum, you know, like relationship stuff. I am just gonna go to who is showing me that right off the bat, where it makes sense with both of us, okay? So that's what that is supposed to represent. And I have some more stuff on here to represent like relationship, but this is like what that one's supposed to represent. So the next picture, moving over, there's a cross, as you can see. So I am a Christian. It's really important to me to get closer to God. In 2021, I had that goal, and the way I was doing that, I was praying more. Not as much as I should be, but I was praying more than I was previously. And then one of my goals also was to read the entire Bible that year, and I did. And so I felt like last year just so much stuff was going on that I really kind of like fell back on that. And so I want to get back to like being in some type of consistent mode, read the Bible again this year, like all the way through again. I want to go to church more, praying more, and just getting more in tune with like my relationship with God and what that means for me in my life. So I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory. The next picture you see is a girl sitting on a bed, and she's got like designer bags all on the bed. So to me, this represents me just trying to have a nice life for myself. One of the things I started doing in 2022 was saying yes to myself more. Meaning, if I saw something I wanted, and I might be thinking, like, oh, I should save my money, I shouldn't buy this, I would be like, no, you should go ahead and buy it. You know, like, if you want that, you should go ahead and buy it, because there's so many times throughout the year, last year, that I was telling myself, no, you shouldn't buy this, you should save your money, you should save your money. And then it's like, I would still want some items. So it's like, I've been telling myself yes more to things that I want, because that makes me happy, that makes me feel good. Like buying fragrances, and if you buy fragrances, you know that they're not always the cheapest thing. So it's like, you know, a fragrance might cost you like $80, and you'll be like, do I really need to spend $80 on this? And you might tell yourself no. I've been telling myself yes, but I do it in a smart way. I don't tell myself yes every single time. And when I do tell myself yes, I tell myself yes when it makes sense. So I'm telling myself yes more, but I'm doing it responsibly. So the next picture shows like some hands and some champagne. To me, this was supposed to represent spending more time with my friends. I've moved a lot, so I have friends in a lot of different states. And so sometimes it's kind of hard to spend time with my friends without one of us having to fly to the other. And sometimes it's kind of hard to be able to go see everybody. So I want to make more of an effort to be able to spend time with my friends. And it doesn't mean necessarily physically flying out and seeing them. That could mean more FaceTimes, more phone calls, being more intentional about like reaching out, because I'm a very like introverted person. Like, I'm not the type that has to talk to somebody every single day. I don't need somebody to talk to me every single day. I actually would not prefer that. I'm not that friend that needs to like tell every single detail of my life to you just because you're my best friend. Like, I'm just not that type of friend. So I want to be more intentional, but like, you just have to know that I'm just not maybe the type of friend you are. So I want to be more intentional about like meeting people halfway and being more of the type of friend that they are to me, but to them, if that makes sense. So yeah. The next thing says visualize your highest self and start showing up as her. I feel like that's self-explanatory. I know what I want in my life. I know the type of life that I want for myself. I know what I need to do to get those things. And so that just, to me, it means think about it and execute the plan. Simple. The next picture shows a woman doing yoga. So this is supposed to represent me just having a more active lifestyle. I do go to the gym, I do yoga, but it's not like every single day, and I was doing it consistently, and then I got sick. So you know how that happens when you like get sick and you've been in bed for like 3 days, and then you're like recovering afterwards. You like, it takes a little bit for you to hop back into your routine. So that's what happened to me, and I just never hopped back into my routine. Obviously, like if you follow me on Instagram, I'm not like a unfit person, like, or anything like that. I don't really eat terribly, but I do want to get back into a consistent routine. The next picture is like an apartment living room, and you see the floor to ceiling windows. It's nice aesthetics. To me, that is just supposed to represent me moving into a new place. I'm most likely going to be moving out of the apartment that I'm currently in and moving into a new one when my lease is up in April. And I still want a nice place. Like, I don't necessarily want to downgrade. I have a certain life I want for myself, and not necessarily a bougie life, but when it comes to your living space, especially for somebody like me who spends a lot of time at home, I want my space to be what I want it to be. So I have floor to ceiling windows. Now I might not necessarily get the floor to ceiling windows, but as long as I get like big windows, as you like see here, it's like, that's fine. So this is just to represent that I still want a nice place. I want to be in a nice, comfortable place that fits my needs and fits what I want. The next one says there is strength in your softness. So this for me is just to represent that I want to be soft. I don't want to have to be showing up like I have to be this type of way towards this person because they did something to me, so I gotta act all like I don't care about you. Like, I don't want to have to be like that. I want to be able to just be like, you know what, me and this person had an issue, and I can move on. I won't forget it, but I can move on and not let that affect me, because you should not let people affect your life so much that like even just seeing them, you're just like, I hate this. I hate the energy. It's like, no, don't ever let anybody have any control over your life like that. Don't let people affect you so much. You know, it's like, learn boundaries with people. You can have boundaries with people and still not like them necessarily, but you can be cordial if they deserve at least that. If they don't deserve that, you know, sometimes some people, no, don't talk to me, don't anything. I get it. But most people, I feel like it's not that way. Like, most issues we have with people, it's not that deep. Like, let's be real. If you think about the problems you have with people, most of them, it's not that deep. Next picture I have, it's like multiple pictures in one picture, and it literally says healthy lifestyle. So I'm not really gonna go into that one much more because it's self-explanatory. Eat, exercise, be healthy. The next picture next to it is another picture that shows an apartment, and it shows it very like homey and cozy. It literally says cozy on the picture. Once again, this is just to fall into line for the type of space I want for myself in my next spot. The next picture below that shows a closet, like a walk-in big closet. For me, that represents fashion. I love clothes, I love fashion, and that's kind of what some of my content is geared towards. It's more fashion content, and so that's just to represent that, like more fashion, more clothes, more content. I would love to be able to like work with more brands and stuff this year, like fashion brands. I would love to be going to like more fashion shows this year and things like that. So that's supposed to represent that aspect of my life, because that's something I'm very interested in. Okay, the next picture says be intentional. I've said that multiple times in this video so far. I really want to be intentional with everything I do. Like, Like, for example, I'm doing this video. Why am I doing this video? Because I kind of want to make my content geared towards something else on my channel this year. Why am I making this video? Because I know that in order for me to reach some of my goals, like getting to the amount of subscribers I need to get to monetize my channel, I need to put content out. Why am I making this video? Because I haven't made a video in a long time and I need to make something. So I'm trying to be more intentional about the things I do in my life. Not every single thing that I do, because I don't think it's healthy to like overanalyze every single like action you take in life. But there are some actions that you know like you're gonna be doing because you're trying to get to something, an end goal, you know. So I'm trying to be more intentional this year about like my relationships with people, things I'm doing for my career, things I'm doing for my life in general, things that is going to help me this year, things that are going to help me in 5 years if I start them this year, things that's going to help me in 10 years if I start them. Like, I'm just trying to be more intentional about a lot of things. The next picture under that is a woman walking down like a apartment or hotel hallway with like a thing of roses on her shoulder. For me, that's just to represent, once again, romance and like dating. I am one of the things that I would like in a relationship, I need the guy to be romantic. I don't want to be with a guy who like can't ever think, let me just do something nice just because I want to do something nice for her. I don't want to be with a guy that you have to be like, oh my gosh, why don't you ever give me flowers? Why don't we ever go on dates? Why don't we ever do that? Like, no. I want a guy, and the romance is built in him. You know, like he just knows to do these things. So that's just to represent wanting romance in my life. The next picture shows an airplane, self-explanatory, represent traveling, going places. When we go up, there's a picture of a woman holding, like, once again, some designer bags, once again, representing fashion, representing me getting nice things for myself, not necessarily designer things, but just me saying yes to things I want, buying things I want, not being super concerned about, like, well, I'm always be concerned about how much something costs, but not being so much concerned that like, oh my gosh, I shouldn't get it, like I shouldn't get it. Like, no, you should say yes to yourself sometimes. So that's another representation of that. The next picture above shows a woman putting on like some makeup, and you see a ring light. That to me is representing content creation. I want to be super consistent with that this year. I feel like I was like very sporadic last year, especially once I moved, because I was like, oh, I'm not really comfortable like going out shooting here, because here is a lot more people compared to Houston, where you can go somewhere and things are spread out and people aren't just all in one place. But I live in the city in Chicago, like I live downtown in Chicago, so it's like if I go outside on my street, it's always people walking, it's always people standing there. So I can't just go out, and I could, you know, but I have to get used to this environment. And so this is to represent me going out, doing more content creation, having more content for you guys, and just being like, okay, I'm comfortable here now. I don't care what people are thinking. I don't care that they're looking at me and probably thinking, oh my god, not another like Instagram influencer. Like, who cares? If it's gonna pay me money, that's what people don't understand. Okay, we're about to go on a mini little tangent, because I've been seeing a lot of like discourse on like Twitter and TikTok where people are upset with like people who are content creators or influencers. You know, they're like, oh my gosh, you're waking up and you're setting up your camera and filming this and filming that. And it's like, why does that bother you? If you don't want to do that for your life, then fine. But if I'm going to do that for my life, why is that bothering you? Especially because a lot of these people are making money from it. So you're sitting there like, why would you do that? It's my job. I'm making money from this. I pay my bills. What, like, are you dumb? Like, I hate when people go online and are like going off about that stuff, because it's like, you know, if you can make a reel or a TikTok and a brand said, okay, I'm gonna pay you like $500, and that's low. There are brands that will pay thousands of dollars for somebody to make a TikTok. You would be the first one in line to make a TikTok. If you're getting paid $500 to make like a 15-second video. Like, come on. So I hate when people are like, oh my gosh, these people they're doing this. It's like, bro, how's this any different from anybody else going to a job and they're doing what they got to do for their job to get paid? The next picture shows like a family, like a black family eating at a table. That's just to represent like me spending more time with my family. Since I live in Chicago, this is the closest that my family is in Kentucky. They're like 6.5 hours away. So this is the closest that I've lived to my family since 2014. So I want to spend more time like with my parents and my siblings and everything. They're all like in the same town or like the next town over, so you know, it's like I want to be able to spend more time with them. So that's what that's supposed to represent. The next picture shows a girl on a treadmill. Once again, gym, health, fitness, self-explanatory. The next one underneath says, I'm coming for everything I deserve. That is just basically like a go signal for myself. Like, this year, get on your sugar honey iced tea, girl. Get to doing everything that you say you're gonna do. Stick to it. Don't let your foot up off the gas once you start. Stay consistent and just keep doing what you need to do to reach the goals that you have. So I'm coming for everything I deserve, because I deserve a lot. I know that I do. I've worked hard. You know, people, you go to school, go to college, you work your way up the corporate ladder. I've done all of that. I'm coming for everything I deserve. And then the very last picture, it shows a woman and a man, with like the silhouette of a woman and a man. They're like in a art museum or art gallery or something, and they're like sitting there together. Once again, that's just to represent like companionship, partnership, relationship, romance, all of that. That is my vision board for 2023. I really hope that you do make a vision board. Like, I find it very therapeutic to go through, find images of like things that you want in your life, sit there and think about, what exactly does this picture mean to me? And then that can really just help you just like really zone in on what it is you want for your life. If you don't make a vision board, at least make a list of like your goals for the year. And they don't have to be crazy goals. Like, it could be something as small as just like, make sure I for sure drink 4 bottles of water a day. Like, it doesn't have to be anything that's like, I gotta save $100,000 in a year. Like, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. Like, yes, it's nice to have big goals, but sometimes think about the smaller goals that you have for yourself, that you can still be proud of yourself for reaching at the end of the year or at the end of whatever period you want to do. Focus on your life and what works for you, and I promise you do that, you're gonna reach some goals. Okay, you're gonna reach some goals. So make that vision board or make that list and make sure you zone in on that for this year, because you can do it, and I know I can do it. It's all a matter of execution. Like, you've got the plan, put it into action. Okay, I'm telling myself that as well. So that's it for me. I hope that you all enjoyed this video, and I hope that you will come back for the next video I upload on my channel. Make sure you follow me on my socials. Make sure you comment down below your visions, your goals for this year, or just whatever you want to comment. And I will see you all the next time I upload a video.